Hello everyone. Today we will be taking a break from talking about how the visual kei subculture is portrayed in various forms of media. Don't worry, I will make a part 3. You've left a lot of comments under my previous video and I'll be very happy to discuss your suggestions next time. But this video will be another one of those where I present you a visual kei band or project which I found interesting for any reason. Something I was curious about some time ago is if there are any visual kei black metal bands. I don't think I've ever mentioned this in any of my previous videos, but back in the day I used to be really into black metal, and I still like it. I listen to it quite often. When I tried looking into it, I didn't find any straight up black metal bands that would be considered visual kei. I mean, sure, there are bands that include black metal elements in their songs, for example DISMAL MOAN, which uses black metal riffs every now and then, and also Mana dresses black metal like on some occasions, as he's a fan of some bands like Dark Funeral. But there was no true cult fucking reindeer grinding, Christ abusing black metal. Don't worry, I'm not an elitist. I was heavily surprised when I received a comment from Nespive or @Quorphon on my community tab saying I should look into Endless Dismal Moan. The moment I looked up this name, I thought that this is exactly what I was looking for, and after reading a little bit about the project's history, I knew that it would be an interesting topic for a video. Before we start, I should inform you that this video won't be a funny one, like the ones about Romantica and Maria Cross. It will be way more serious, and I need to give a content warning for topics such as depression, mental issues and suicide. Thank you to Mumble Honey for supporting me on Patreon, and now let's get into the video. I feel like the overlap between visual kei fans and black metal fans probably isn't very big, so I think I should start by giving a brief introduction to what black metal is. It is a subgenre of heavy metal music, as you probably imagine. It was developed in the 80s and 90s by mostly Scandinavian bands, inspired by the English thrash metal band Venom. The two most notable black metal acts are probably the band Mayhem and the solo project Burzum. There's also Dark Throne, Immortal, Bathory, Emperor, Gorgoroth and many others. The early Norwegian black metal scene was notably filled with very terrible people. I won't talk about it here since that's not what this video is about, and this topic was already talked to death by hundreds of other channels. People were getting murdered and Christian churches were being burned.
A ban, a form of music, they say, has disturbing satanic overtones. It's called black metal music and encourages devil worship and the desecration of churches. The campaign follows the jailing of 4 young men in Kent for causing more than £100,000 of damage to graveyards.
This is the type of music believed to be responsible for a wave of attacks on churches in Northern Europe. Called black metal music, it's overtly anti-Christian and synonymous with satanic worship. This church in Bergen, Norway was burnt to the ground. In all, 30 Norwegian churches have suffered a similar fate.
Ask your parents what heavy metal bands are like and they'll probably imagine a guy with corpse paint on his face just shrieking like he's possessed while burning a church or crucifying a cat or something. Over the years there emerged various forms of black metal, including symphonic black metal, atmospheric black metal, I really like the band Summoning by the way, raw black metal which sounds absolutely bad on purpose, black and death metal, and one that I've never really listened to, but it will be important for this video: Depressive Suicidal Black Metal, or DSBM for short. Its lyrical themes are pretty much exactly what the name suggests, and it's probably the most emotional one of all the other subgenres. Despite the fact that black metal has mostly remained a relatively underground phenomena, it quickly managed to spread to various countries all around the world, including Japan. Though it seems like it didn't get very popular there, but bands like Psy and Sabbath are quite notable, and honorary mention to Necronomidol or Necronomidol, I'm not sure how it's pronounced. Takuya Tsutsui, also known as Doll and Chaos 9, was a guitarist and bassist from Osaka. There is a Reddit post in which user Just Some Metalhead attempted to compile all available information on Chaos 9, but according to a comment left by Hessian Firm, which takes care of reissuing Endless Dismal Moan's material, which we'll talk about later, the information on this list is mostly wrong and somewhat slanderous, as they said. And also the post tries to transvestigate him for some reason. The only thing from this post worth mentioning is that it claims Chaos 9 was born in December 1980. I couldn't find any other confirmation of this outside of this post, so take that as just a speculation. Anyway, he probably, most likely, was born somewhere around 1980. He started his music career in March 1997 as a bassist for Jigokue, a visual kei gothic rock band. Unfortunately, little to no information on Chaos 9's life is available other than what I've already said. We can learn a bit about him from a 2006 interview for the Lunar Hypnosis Zine, archived in the form of a YouTube video. When asked about his music, he's quoted saying, "My mind is darkness, no salvation. The anguish possesses me to create music. I feel psychological suffering. I'm in pain. I spit out the pain with my scream." The name Endless Dismal Moan describes my mind. He was influenced by the black metal band Emperor, as well as dark ambient, industrial and gothic metal. He likes Japanese bands such as Zoa, YBO2, Judith and Bleeding Roses. He also spoke about how he believes, quote, "religions take freedom from man's mind," and about his struggles with standing out of the crowd because of the way he looks. Chaos 9 formed Endless Dismal Moan as a solo project on May 5th, 2001. From now on I'll refer to Endless Dismal Moan as shortly as EDM. In May and November 2001 he released two demo tapes, referred to as Chaos 1 and Chaos 2. In 2002, Manabu Hiramoto, Jigoku's guitarist, joined EDM and participated in the recording of the project's third self-titled demo, released June 2002. In 2004 saw two EDM releases, a second self-titled demo and a compilation album titled Instant Shen and released via an American record label, blackmetal.com. Instant Shen has this quite iconic album cover, which when I saw it I was sure that I've seen it somewhere. So it is possible that I did hear of EDM before, but I just never listened to it. In January 2005, EDM appeared on a compilation tape Buried Terror No. 1, released by Sabafid Records from Osaka. There exists an archived version of EDM's website, but it doesn't really give us much to work with. But what's interesting is that Chaos 9 was active on an old Polish J-Music and Visual Kei forum, fructo.com.pl, or rather his stuff was posted to that forum by user Harlock, who also designed EDM's website. From an interview posted to the site, which was written in English and not in Polish, we learned that Lydian6, quote, left the band to do his work but is still Chaos 9's friend. Chaos 9 owns some albums of Polish metal bands, like Behemoth, Thunderbolt, Belphegor, Vader and... oh no, please not Graveland, no, anything but not Graveland, please. Not gonna lie, when I saw the name Graveland I low-key considered not doing this video anymore. If you know anything about this band, you probably know why someone would be apprehensive to talk about it. I like how the interviewer just wrote this one random Polish word in one of the questions for some reason. On April 1st, 2006, EDM released its first full-length album, Lord of Nightmare. The second album, Ruin, would be released on October 6, 2007. Tragically, on June 25, 2008, Chaos 9 committed suicide. Some sites, such as the Metal Archives, claim that he did it by shooting himself with a gun, Other sources say he hanged himself. A discussion in the report history on the Metal Archives did not reveal a clear answer to this, yet the site still claims he did it by gunshot despite not having a good source for it. I looked through an archive version of his MySpace profile but didn't find much on there. One of the users left a comment on MySpace saying, "The metal underground will miss you, great captain of the black blood seas. For where he once traversed the cold moors of reality, now is only the memory. Soon we shall all join him, terrorizing the living from beyond the grave, warriors of the night eternal." January 2010 saw the first posthumous release of EDM, a full-length album titled Curse of Underground and released by Sabbath Records. According to Chaos 9's fiancée Tomoko T, it was originally recorded and produced in 2007. On February 12, 2024, the Hessian firm record label informed that Lydian Six and relatives of Chaos 9 authorized it to officially reissue EDM's recordings. As of the writing of the script, they've released 2 demos, one in 2024 and second in 2025. They're available to buy on Bandcamp in digital and physical formats. Since his death, Chaos 9 became sort of a cult figure for the underground black metal and DSBM communities. His music is praised for being genuinely haunting and original, very different from any other bands of this type. EDM's Bandcamp description reads, "Endless Dismal Moan is the brainchild of Japanese musician Chaos 9, embracing the digital production and aesthetics of his era, as well as incorporating the suffocating sensation of Japanese horror. Endless Dismal Moan provides a completely twisted take on the very idea of raw black metal that remains unsurpassed to this very day." And that will be it for this video. A very sad and tragic story of a young, undeniably talented musician. I'm glad to see that, despite the fact that EDM still remains very underground, it does get the recognition it deserves. I don't like touching on sensitive or negative topics in my videos, so at some points I was very unsure whether I should make this video or not. In the end, I thought that the story is very interesting and that I would love to spread the word of this project. If you want to go more in depth on EDM's music, I would recommend you to check out the video titled "Listening to the Most Haunted Album" by YouTube user Gobify. Once again, thank you to Mumble Honey for supporting me on Patreon. Thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoy watching this, and goodbye.